Hello YouTube friends. Today we're going to talk about acclimating new seahorses after they arrive and what to expect. One of the things that I do want to say before I even get into the process is that I highly recommend that you research the provider of your seahorses. If there's some sort of rating system or a star system, look and see what are the comments that people are leaving, because you do want to start with high quality seahorses to begin with. Once you've determined who you're going to order the seahorses from, and I really recommend ordering from people who raise seahorses for a living or collect them for a living versus a pet store. Once you have your seahorses on the way, you should have the tank completely set up for them. It should be cycled. If you don't know what that means, you can look at either some of my videos or lots of other hundreds of videos that talk about cycling a saltwater tank. Now, depending on the provider, the directions usually follow one of two formats. First, open the box of the seahorses in a darkened room and maybe leave the lights off in the aquarium. Also, you want to either just float the bag of the seahorses in the aquarium that they're going to go into between 20 and 30 minutes, or you want to put them in a vessel and you'll start pouring some water from the tank into the vessel. If you are just floating the bag, the provider will probably say something like, just use your hands and take the seahorses right out of the bag and put them into the tank right away. And these providers usually put oxygen into the bag, and once the bag is open, ammonia can spike, pH can drop, and it happens very quickly. So this provider prefers that we put our seahorses directly in the tank. Other providers tell us to slowly acclimate by adding some tank water into a vessel or into the bag after we've floated the bag and let it acclimate. Then after, depending on the provider, that could be anywhere from 5 minutes to up to 20 minutes. I've noticed that with the dwarf seahorses, depending on the provider, usually they'll recommend a little bit longer. Now, I do notice when the seahorses arrive, they look sort of comatose sometimes. Their color is very pale. They may be breathing heavy. You'll see their gills flare. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is there are probably a lot of pollutants in the shipping water that are stressing them. The shipping alone is a stressor for them. The darkness, not being able to see, is also another stressor, and they'll try to blend in with their environment so they're not seen so easily. After the seahorses have been added to the aquarium, it will probably be a slow livening up. It's pretty unusual for them to just start swimming around happily. No matter whether you're getting dwarf seahorses or large seahorses, everyone I've ever ordered seahorses from recommends keeping the lights off in the tank for a couple hours after they've been put in the tank. You'll notice over those couple of hours that the seahorses will slowly start to move around a little bit more. And once the lights come on, you may want to experiment with trying to feed the seahorses, but it's not unusual for the seahorses to not want to eat that first day. Anyway, that is the main process. And once everything has gone through the stages, if your water is set up right and you've gotten good quality seahorses, you should notice them livening up before the end of the evening, and definitely by the next day they should show interest in food. Thanks so much to Linda Bunn for this topic suggestion. She was the one asking about acclimating and what to expect. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.